Hi, my name is Adam Scheiner, and I'm the writer and director of The Wait. And with me is our lead investor, Jared Kirchheimer. Am I saying it right?
Yes,
Close enough?
thanks for having me, Adam. It's a very hard last name, so you got it great.
One for one, I'll take it. So how did you first become aware of the Wait and this project?
So I was following, CJ Cummings, who's like the Michael Jordan, Walter Payton of the weightlifting world, and I just happened to notice that he was shouting out to your film, and that took me to your film, and I started reading about it, and was able to get the script from you, and saw what an amazing piece of work it was. And having been in the film industry for 25 years and in the weightlifting world for over 35 years, at least as a huge fan, didn't compete that long, but um, it's just, it's a project that comes along once in a lifetime. Um, Nobody has seen Olympic weightlifting
Mm.
on screen like this. The story is, it's fantastic. I got the chills the same way when I saw Rocky and I saw Rudy and I saw Goodwill Hunting, those type of inspirational films. I I got the chills reading the script um, and envisioning everything on screen, just as I felt when I saw those movies. So it just, to me, it was a no-brainer investment, and there's not 1 ounce of sleep that I have lost any night, even though the amount of money that I invested is, it's a huge
It,
amount, because I come from nothing. Uh, I'm a working class guy. Slept on the floor at my buddy's place on a wood floor with no mattress for a year, fighting my way through the industry like a lot of people do. And to invest the kind of money that I did is a huge thing, but I've never been nervous about it, just because I feel like the project is so good.
Thank you. It's I'm obviously when you told us that you were invested this much, I was like, other than just like completely shocked and it was like, well, we can make a movie now. um I always said this from the beginning, it was like kind of like you were the perfect person for like, if like kind of like I said, like our guardian angel was like, you kind of came out of nowhere, and you were the perfect person because you've been in this industry for, you worked in the film industry for 25 years, and then you came from Surrey Park, which for anybody who's a weightlifting fan is like a legendary gym in Chicago, a weightlifting gym in Chicago. And so it's like I didn't have, I pitched the script to so many people, and various people that just don't get kind of the weightlifting world, and would try to shape this movie into being
Right.
something like kind of cookie cutter that would be just not what weightlifting is. Obviously there's someone that tried to just get literally cast a bodybuilder, and then there's another instance where like they want it to be a kind of a black and white sword. I'm like, no, it's a nuanced world, and it's a complicated world, but it's
Right.
also a very beautiful world, both from narratively and especially visually. It's something I didn't have. I didn't have to explain that to you. I didn't have to give what I normally do, which is like
Right.
when I talk to film people, I have to explain why it's such like a very cinematic kind of high drama movie,
Right.
without having to give them a 5 minute tutorial of what this means and what that will look like, because you really have to see it to understand it. And from the weightlifting world, it's like I can't explain like all the intricacies of the film industry and the way it works, and how
Right.
long things take and how much money things take and all that. So when obviously when you came in, and it was, we were extremely happy to have you, and then when you told us how much, we kind of are just, I'm in debt to you for the rest of my life, I think.
No,
um
we're all in this
not
together.
not
We're a
only not
family.
only financially but morally, but
No, no, no.
it's so kind of elaborate. You kind of mentioned it before. It's like, why do you feel so strongly about, from an investor standpoint, someone who would want to be putting money into this movie? Why do you think they should do it? Why uh, what would you tell them? Like, what do you think about the script, and the movie itself could be commercially and critically successful, with emphasis on, I guess, in this arena, on commercially.
Right. It's very rare. A lot of folks, they make amazing films, but a lot of times the themes have been seen before, the subject matters have been seen before, and they try their different take. And a lot of them are amazing, but they're not commercially successful. It's a fickle industry. But this, no one has seen this incredible sport um, on screen before. And it's very hard to say that these days. Oh, this has never been on screen. I mean, it's just a profound thing to be able to have the honor of saying. Another main reason is that the integrity of you and the whole, production team, everyone that I've met, and looking through all your backgrounds, is so high, and it's very hard. I've been in the industry a long time. I know you have too. It's really hard to find people that you trust. And when you find people that you trust and have the artistic integrity, financial integrity, human integrity, and you get all of us in the same room, and our only goal is to work 24 hours a day to make it perfect and to make it sellable and to make it a beautiful piece of art that makes money. It's just very rare to find that perfect mix. And I truly feel that um, your project is a once in a lifetime opportunity for me and anyone else that would invest.
Thank you very much. I'm kind of baffledly honored. It's whenever someone says something nice, it's I always feel like, this industry is so much of no, 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 and
Yeah,
everyone telling you, well, I know. So when you hear something nice, you're like, well, I wasn't expecting that. Even though in this case I was to a certain degree, because you invested and everything else. I know how highly you think of the film, but it means a lot for me to hear that, and thank you very much. And it's I guess the last thing I'd ask you is, um, if you were to go to someone else and say, other than the weightlifting, why would you invest in this movie?
yeah. It just the story is amazing. It shows us that we're all broken in some way or another, and we all have the potential to be healed and to do great things. And that's such an important story to hear for anyone all over the world, because we're all going through a lot, especially the last few years. We've gone through an unprecedented amount of things in the world, and it just has everything that a great successful film has. It has a beautiful love story at the heart, and it's not just love story romantically in the film. It's everything in the film is fueled by love. And to me, without sounding like a flower child from the 70s, love is the most powerful, force in the universe. And because of that, I just see success for the film. And again, we have a team of people who are going to stop at nothing to making this a perfect film. And it's not easy. It's a beautiful war, but it's a war going to make a picture and make sure everything comes in under budget, and you make it perfect, and you make wise choices together, and you support one another through difficult times. It's not an easy thing to do, but we have the right, mix. But at
Yeah,
the heart of the film is love,
yeah,
Adam, and
yeah.
beautiful, beautiful story um, that everyone's going to be immersed in. That's why a working class person like me who came from nothing, um, I don't lose a wink of sleep at night. I really love the project, and it's going to be great.
I'm wearing the Choose Love Buffalo
I
shirt, and
noticed.
as far as you're talking about, I was like,
I
there's
noticed that.
a lot of
You
conversations
should
of
have commented on that beautiful shirt. Yeah.
and this is, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm not sure if I can link it or anything. It's the city of Buffalo and the Buffalo sports teams went and Tops Supermarket, which was actually, I think that's half a mile away from where my sister works. When that shooting happened, they did this as a fundraiser, which is great, and that's what's also special about Chicago and Buffalo. We're making it in Buffalo, but Chicagoans and Buffalonians, I feel like, have a very similar mindset of it's kind of Midwestern, just kind of goodness of like, then Buffalo's a city of good neighbors, where it's like something happens to one of us, it's all of us. And it's because there's so much love and care for each other there. I think to round this up,
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And I've been doing a 10K on and off for the last 20 years called the Race Against Hate. So I have like
yeah,
7 or 8 shirts, Race Against Hate. Wherever I go in the world, people love that shirt, and it is. I mean, we're in the industry, to make great films, and but we're also in it for social reasons to try to do good. So
yeah.
to find that balance is always a great challenge.
Yeah, and I think, it's people have asked us like, the business model and everything else, and I think this industry is not a complicated. It's like, what's your take? And it's like, well, we can self distribute. We can bring it to people, and in that way is one way of getting it to them. And because everybody wants their, when you put your heart and soul in something, you want everyone to see it.
Right.
But I think it comes down to it's like the simplest business model, and because I feel like most this is different than I think most things on WeFunder. We're not a widget thing. We're not a app. We're a film, and we're a one off. So the success for our film commercially and everything is first and foremost make a good film, because that's the most crucial part of it. And
Right.
for us to do that, it's something like this. It takes sometimes guts and heart more than it takes brains at times, but
Right.
it takes all your brains too. But
Yeah.
it requires everything. So it's I can't thank you enough for your belief in this project and me and everything you've outside the actual investment itself, investing your time and your wisdom into helping this film become everything it can be.
No, it's my pleasure. And just to hit it on too, like because of all of us, the experience that we have and the relationships we built, people pick up the phone for us, whereas at the beginning of your career, that doesn't happen. Everything gets thrown in the garbage. Your phone calls don't get returned. So that's another, great thing about the team we've assembled, that we have access to high level executives in
Yeah.
the industry that are there to help us along too.
So it's the motto is we're trying to do all the right things at the right time for the right reasons.
Right. That's what it is. Yeah.
I think that would be our motto for the production T-shirt,
Yes.
and then
That's perfect.
dot dot dot. Hopefully, we're trying and dot dot dot. We're trying our best.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I'll talk to you more soon. And if anyone has any questions, you can send them a comment. We're gonna post this as an update. I'll probably post it, and then if you have any questions specifically for Jared, I can message Jared and can get a response to you. But thank you everyone for watching, and thank you, Jared.
Anytime. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Adam.